All right, so good evening. My name is Rebecca Florence, and I'm your host tonight for our Flint River Council Sign Up Night Kickoff. And we are so excited that you have joined us tonight because we're going to teach you some very important things that you're going to need to know about your upcoming sign up night that you will be having in the next few weeks or so. Okay, so we're going to start with a demonstration of exactly what it looks like, and you're going to have a couple perspectives to view this at, depending on if you're on a phone right now or if you're on a computer. So if you're on a phone right now, you can swipe back and forth across your screen to see the different perspectives of this walkthrough, okay? And so if you're on your computer, you should be able to see both of them either side by side or one on top of each other of the two perspectives, okay? So either way, we're going to do this quick walkthrough and demonstrate what it looks like when a new parent comes and signs her child up for Cub Scouts, okay? And right after that, we'll talk about it, and that will be your opportunity to ask questions. So get your questions ready as we're going through this, and we'll have a question and answer period right after this, okay? So here we go. Oh, hi, we're ready to start a sign up. Come on in. Hey, my name is Rebecca Florence. Welcome to Cub Scouts.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. We are so excited that you're here. Do you have a child you'd like to sign up for Cub Scouts tonight?
Yeah, I want to sign up my son Ben. He's in second grade.
Awesome. Okay. Well, the first thing you need to do is go ahead and sign him in right here on the sign-in roster. Okay. Okay. Now I'm also going to give you this parent packet for you to look through at your convenience. Okay. And in that packet is a lot of the information and all of the things that we do in Cub Scouts. And so take your time to look through that, but you can look through that later because right now I'm going to invite you to go to our station 2. And you're going to go ahead and fill out an application. Once you're done with that application, you'll go see the pack, and then you'll check out with us, and then all you have to do tonight. Okay? So
Thank you.
go on to the second station.
Application. Would you fill out an application, please? Yes, sir.
Yes. So yes.
All right, hey, how you doing?
Yes.
My name is Julian. I'm the pack leader on pack 109. This is some of our activities that we have this year. We have Spookery in October. It's a good Halloween camp out. We do popcorn sales and gift cards for fundraisers to help pay for pack dues. List of dues for here tonight is 110. It's a yearly due. It's 12 months. We'll be meeting at Tuesday, 6:30 at St. John's Lutheran Church. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
All right, we're gonna send you down to check out. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me see that application. So I'm just going to check through it real quick, make sure all these highlighted portions are complete. Make sure that we didn't miss anything. All these things are so important for us to register your kid. Okay, so for pack 109, okay, and what grade is your child in?
He's in second grade.
Second grade, so that would be the wolf den. So he's gonna be a wolf, pack 109. And so the dues today are $110. And this is a yearly membership. This is the breakdown in case you're wondering what each one of these is. But what I want to ask you is he a previous scout?
No, this is the first time he's in.
Okay.
Scout.
So we have a $25 one-time only fee that you'll pay, an $80 registration fee, and a $5 insurance, which again comes out to $110. So how are you paying today?
Credit card.
Okay, let me have that card, and I'm gonna scan this in real quick. Okay, all right, I'm gonna put the last 4 digits right here under the credit card just to make sure that I can do that later. Would you like a receipt with that?
Yes, please. Email.
Email receipt. Okay, is this email address good for you?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm just gonna type this in real quick. All right, and you should see that on your phone in just a moment. And as a thank you tonight, I've got this camp card. This is one of the fundraisers we do every single spring. A great way to keep scouting affordable for you. We just want to give this to you as a thank you and appreciation for coming to sign up today. I hope your kid has a great time, and I hope you enjoy scouting.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much.
All right. Well, that is what it looks like when a new parent comes and walks through the process. And I think most of you that have ever when you walked through the process, you remember that experience and how all of those things felt. Okay. But as a unit leader, now you're going to be on the other side of the table. So we're going to talk about what that looks like. So if you're running a sign up night and your district executive is not there, you're going to be handed a box prior to that night, either the day before or sometime during that day. And in this box is going to be all the stuff that you see laying here in this room, okay? And it's going to be up to you to set it up just like you see here. So please do take note, very careful note of what goes where. And so at your front station right there, station 1, if you could help me out there, cameraman. At station 1 is where you're going to have all your sign-in rosters, right? That is where you're going to have all that. You're going to place it on the table. You're going to have 6 of them, 1 for every grade, and make sure the pins are set up just like so, okay? You're also going to have packets in that box. This packet's right there. And inside that packet is all this information about how and what Cub Scouts is, and also upcoming events like our Spookaree flyer and other fun things, okay? You're also going to have all these applications in that box, okay? See all these applications? See how they're laying right here on the table? These will be your tables. At a cafeteria style sign up night, which 90% of you guys will have or more, your room will look like your cafeteria tables will look like this. So this is why we will set it up this way. So in this middle of each table, that's where you push your application. So you're going to have like a pile, probably 2 piles per table, okay? And you're going to have your pins. Make sure they look real pretty and neat, okay? We're trying to be real professional here, all right? Because we are scouts, we want to make sure we exemplify the great organization that we're part of, okay? So put all of these just like this, and then you'll have your station 2 over here, where you can take your packet and you can take everything out of it, lay it out nice and neat, and then when you're talking about each thing, you can explain exactly what that is, all right? And we have Welcome to Cub Scouting booklet in here, and it looks like this, and this is brand new for this year, okay? So this explains exactly how to get started as a Cub Scout family. We also have this basic costs. You're going to want to share this with them. It has everything outlined, what do things cost and why, and if you flip it over, make sure you do flip it over for them. It shows them how they can pay for those costs that are on this side, all right? So, and they can start with popcorn sale right now, and then that's when you can show them this, okay? So you can make sure that they know that they can start selling popcorn and paying their way through scouting right away, okay? You can also talk to them about the camp card, which they're given one at the end, but you can talk to them about what that is. That is your spring fundraiser, as you know. Okay, and then of course, Spookaree coming up in October, make sure you're talking to them about that. And all the units should have this. This is your pack information flyer. So you need to make sure that you get with your district executive and that they have that so they can print it for you. If you're planning on printing this for yourself for your unit, that's fine, but make sure your district executive knows that so they can be prepared. Because that informational flyer has to be at every single sign-up night. This is
on the information.
what's on the information. Great question. Thank you so much, Julian. So on the informational flyer is your unit. You're going to have your contact information. So Cub Master, committee chair, den leader, what are their phone numbers, what grade levels, because these are new parents. They don't know what a lion is or a tiger. So make sure that you put on their 1st grade, 2nd grade, or whatever, okay? Then you're also going to have the most important thing, which is when and where is the next time that they're going to see you. So make sure you put on there, parent orientation is starting Tuesday, September 12th, 6:30 p.m. We're going to be at St. John's Lutheran Church. Okay, so make sure that that information is on that flyer so that they can take that home with them and they will not forget. Very, very important. All right. Last but not least, this is our checkout station. If you're running a sign-up night and your district executive is not there to run this station, make sure you consult with your district executive beforehand so they can give you the exact instructions on how to run it. All right, it's very, very specific. So they're going to be handing you the application. You're gonna have to check for everything to be filled in the yellow blocks. Make sure everything is filled in there. And then if they're paying with cash, you've got to fill out this receipt book, okay? And make sure you sign it and make sure you fill all the little blocks out. Okay, and you can talk to your district executive exactly what that needs to look like. Make sure you give them a free camp card to take home for your area. So Fayette County, Coweta County, the Tri-County area, all of those specifically for your sign-up, okay? All right, and those are our station breakdowns. Like I said, if you are lucky enough to have a district executive at your sign-up night, just make sure that you're available to assist in whatever way. So you're going to need somebody that stands at the door and welcomes people and holds the door open for them and welcomes them in. You'll have to have somebody welcoming them at the first station, station 1, where I was standing at the very beginning, okay? And then You'll have someone at your unit station as well, and we'll talk to them about what and how you guys run Cub Scouts at your pack. All right, so that's very important. And then your district executive will run the checkout station if you have your DD there. All right, so that's kind of the general breakdown. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and open the chat room and answer your questions. And the way we're going to do this is our chat box is open right now. And Jonathan Hopkins, the Rowan Tahatchee District Executive, will be telling me what your questions are, and we'll be responding to your questions that way. So Jonathan, do we have any questions tonight?
Yes, Courtney Manuel says, I have a question regarding the payment amount when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. What is the question about the payment amount?
Okay. Hi, thanks for taking my question, Becky.
Dollars. So
Maybe show that maybe she's questioning
Sorry?
the breakdown
the
of
breakdown of it, okay? You
Oh,
want
no,
to-
I'm not
breakdown is
questioning the breakdown. Can you?
So $80
hear
is
me?
the new national fee that just started on the 1st of this month. We also have a council fee of $5. And then that is a very, very tiny little shred of the amount that we pay for each scout to have insurance. This is secondary insurance, not primary insurance. It's just a tiny sliver of it. Believe me, we pay a lot more than that per scout. Anyway, then we also have the $25 is a one-time ever member fee. So if you have a scout or a child that comes in that's ever been in scouts before, you do not have to charge them that extra $25. They get $25 off. So they can go back down to the $85 fee if they've been in scouting before. If they've never been in scouting before, then of course it's $110. That's the fee breakdown if you're wondering. Okay, Jonathan?
My question is regarding transparency between national dues and PAC dues because they are separate and this seems to only collect national dues.
Yes, this is a national membership event. That is correct. Good question. I know that's a lot. It's very confusing for you to understand because it very much feels like this is your PAC sign up night. And it is in a way in that we are getting children and we're turning them into scouts and they're turning them over to you and you're taking them from there on out throughout their entire scouting experience. You will be their people. It's just that this part of it is a national membership part. This is not a unit membership night. I know it seems strange because we do have unit people here, but that is really just a courtesy because this really is a national membership event. Hopefully that makes sense because we don't keep any of the money other than the $5 that like barely touches the surface for insurance. Everything else goes to taxes. That we have none of that. We get none of that money. That's as transparent as I can be. Any other questions?
She says, we have had issues in the past where parents are upset because they believe they already paid all the fees and were surprised to learn that they also had PAC dues.
That's a great point, and I've heard that as well, which is why if you look at this PAC sheet right here that's available at your PAC station, it breaks it down. Number one, here's the annual membership fee. Number two, this is where you as a PAC can write it in there. What are your unit dues? They're how much per what? Put that in there for them so they're not caught unaware. That's your responsibility as a PAC to make sure that they're clear about that when they sign up. And you have that option and that available to do that tonight at your sign up night. So this is very large, it's very clear. And as you're talking to them, you can have them write it in there if you want to, but this is where that they are told, this is how much things are. So it's crystal clear to them and they can take it home with them so that if they say that, you can remind them, we talked about this at sign up night, remember?
You can also have that as part of your PAC info sheet. You can explain that on the second DIN meeting of the month, we'll be collecting dues or however your PAC is set up. But you just want to make sure you have that in both places. That way, the more documentation you can have out there, you can have that at that point.
Yes, you can also present that information orientation night. That's perfect. Okay, Jonathan?
We have, let's see. Chris Burns said, if we don't inform them of the PAC dues, we lose these scouts. Most of last year's applicants paid the prorated national dues, but quit immediately.
Yep.
So that's why we got to make sure, the only thing that we collect is the national dues, and your PAC dues you can collect at a later time.
Correct. So we have understood that. We understand that completely, which is another reason why this whole process going forward is going to help you with that. Because remember, this fee that we're collecting, this $110, is for 12 full months. There's no more prorated fees. So if you haven't heard that news yet, I mean, be the first to tell you, there are no more prorated memberships. No matter when a scout registers from here on out, unless they change in the future, There are no prorated fees. It is $110 for 12 full months. So you're not gonna have that December drop off like you have before. You may have people stop coming, but technically they're still gonna be registered for their full 12 months. So if they leave, bad, they're still registered until their full 12-month anniversary comes up. So hopefully that will help you with that. Again, we've made it one full thing, so they're not paying a membership fee again in January, and there's not gonna be a broken up, extra added fees. I know that's always a problem, so this will help with that.
We also have Melissa Campbell says, can we get those forms soon to fill prior to that night, talking about the
Talk to your
packets?
district executive. You certainly can, but you're gonna have to arrange that with your district executive. So if you want to get these forms to fill in, we're happy to help you with that. But again, let me explain who your district executives are. If you haven't met them yet, first up, Tahachi, if Jonathan could come around here. This is Jonathan Hopkins, Tahachi District Executive. All right, so call him.
Hi, Jeanette.
Jonathan.
I'm Andy.
Jonathan.Hopkins at scouting.org. All right, number 2, Coweta. This is David Futrell. David.
Look here, David.
Yeah.
So this is David Futrell. David is our Coweta District Executive. So David, say hi.
Yeah.
You can contact him at Andrew.Futrell at scouting.org. Andrew.Futrell at scouting.org. Okay. And then, last but not least, Fayette County, not last, but okay. This is Julian Pasto. Julian Pasto is an Eagle Scout, and he is the new Fayette County District Executive. So you can call him or email him at julian.pasto@scouting.org. All right, thank you, Julian. And I'm, of course, representing Tessahaw District. And so everyone in Tessahaw pretty much knows me, but if you don't, you can reach out to me at rebecca.florence@scouting.org. Okay.
We have Courtney Manuel said, I just want to ensure it is made very clear before they pay anything. They understand there are 2 separate payments. Can we make a large poster at the entrance advertising the entire amount of fees, national plus PAC dues? Sorry, I keep hitting this point, but it is made for very uncomfortable issues in the past.
That is because the DIN or the PAC did not make it clear at their station. So we're not going to print anything extra. This is pretty large. Look at this. It's pretty large. Okay. So all you have to do, if you're concerned about this at your PAC level, please, please, please do not forget to point this out. Pick it up, hold it like I am, fill it in if you want to do it ahead of time, whatever you need to do, and then make sure that they take it home with them. And I know this comes up every single year. And like I said, our new process of the fees, full 12 months, is going to help you with this. Not going to be as many questions, especially if you make it crystal clear as a PAC leader at orientation night. At orientation night, also in addition to sign up night, what these fees are and what they're for. Okay.
And you can tell them, like,
Come
when
into the
they
screen,
come,
you're going to talk.
when they come to your section, you're more than welcome to tell them and talk about that, absolutely. We're not trying to hide that from them or anything. You can just.
That's
you
why
just
we made it
tell
so
them.
big.
Yeah. There is the section where we'll have our troops at, or packs at, and you can just be like, yeah, we have another sign up, another feed later on. There's nothing stopping that.
Yeah, this is where you tell them, explain all the fees. All right, go ahead. Jonathan?
She says, okay, thank you. Nothing else has come through quite yet.
We do have a PAC leader with us tonight. So if you'd like to say something. No, I'm good, thanks. Okay, no, good one. So is there any other questions, Jonathan?
Again, nothing's coming up. What we can do is, if you still have a question, if you can hang out and type that in. We can enter that individually if you need, but we can, I guess, kind of close it up now. But if anybody will stay on here a few minutes afterward.
There is something
oh.
else.
What are the thoughts on Venmo?
No, so we will be helping you. Your district executive will help you collect your fees for orientation night, or sorry, for sign up nights. If you want to use Venmo at your unit level to collect unit PAC dues and fees, that's up to your PAC and how you arrange your finances. But again, let me remind you, this is a national membership sign up night. And so we will be conducting, we have our own app that we use to collect credit card payments on. So we're not going to have like a bunch of different ones. It's just one app that we collect it all so we can keep track of it.
Mike Watson is asking, can we take PAC dues at sign up? I did not hear that answered.
You cannot take PAC dues at sign up. Now, I know that that's a question that comes up every single year, but again, orientation night is the night that you want to do that. And again, we want to make it clear at sign up night is that there's also pack dues, you'll pay them at orientation night if that's what you want to do. And again, the reasoning behind that is this is a national membership sign up night. And your district executives are merely representatives of that national membership sign up night. So it's not even like our council, like this is the Boy Scouts of America National Membership Sign Up Night. So that's the reason why we can't do that. Plus it would get very muddy with the money merging together.
Another thing I want to add, if you come or when you come to your sign up night, wear your Class A uniforms. If you can have a couple of scouts there to greet people, make sure that you're in that class.
Only the scouts.
Only the scouts, only the
Yes.
scouts in the Class A uniform.
Yes.
The district executives will be wearing a scout shirt like this.
Like this.
So we can be differentiated from between the two. So if make sure your scouts are in their Class A, because again, that's adds that other element of excitement, and kids can see, hey, this is what we get to wear.
Yes.
And so that's just an extra little element. Having them open the doors, have them, even help the person welcoming, hand that stuff out, but just make sure that someone's, with them with that. But it's a great addition to any sign up night, having actual scouts there in Class A's, greeting, opening doors, welcoming the new scouts to their pack.
Yep. Thank you, Jonathan. Yep. So also as adults, if you're wondering what you should be wearing something comfortable, casual. Class B's are great, t-shirts, scout-like things, but you don't need to go in full Class A's for Cub Scout sign up nights. So we really want to make these new parents feel comfortable, like they're part of you. So just dress casually, but not casually, we want to be professional, but Class B t-shirts is fine, that kind of thing. Again, though, reiterating, your scouts need to be in Class A's because I can tell you from experience, but my son joined Cub Scouts at first grade. He started and he saw another kid in a scout uniform, and that's the first thing he wanted was to wear that scout uniform. So that will help you a lot. All right, any other questions?
Nothing's come through.
Okay. All right. So if you do not have any more, is there any more alibis? One last point. Is there anybody else who has any other questions they'd like to add before we end the meeting? Okay. Seeing none and hearing none come through, if you have any other questions, please do reach out to your district executive. And they'll be happy to help you out and answer any questions you may have. We are super excited to welcome new scouts into our council and especially into your path. So please do help us with this mission and make it awesome. We are going to have a spectacular year. Things are on the rise right now. People are coming back into life and they really want to join scouts. And so please do help us make those dreams a reality for those children. And more importantly, help us keep things organized in your pack. Let us help you if we can, but keep things organized in your pack because that is what parents really, really need and want is organization. If you're looking for leaders, we're going to have some paperwork available for them at the sign up night as well, for them to fill out interest things. So parent interest sheet is what we call it. So we will hand that to you when you leave. And so you'll be able to take that home with you and you can call them and say, hey, it looks like you want to help with bleeding a den. So let me get with you and let's explain to you how that works.